Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, this is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the Afternoon Swing Trading Floor with your humble host, Jeremy Alexander Newsome, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding each of you to love life, live life, and trade it. My friends, family, fans from around the world, what's going on? What up? My boy Simon, learning new things every day. What's up, champ? He says, hi, all. Eric says, hello, humble host. Hey, bud. Rob Will in the building. How's it going, Rob? My man. Woo! Mike says, just drinking some water and listening to your intro. I'm having water, too. What a coincidence. Sherry said, what's up? The Baldwin family is in the building. How's it going? Whoa! Rob says 1.66R in the Top Step account. Already trading futures, right? Not Forex? Not that it matters. I'm not like it's, either one's fine. You're trading futures. Cool, man. Very cool. Well done. I love it. I'm going to be doing that in November, I think. And the only reason it's in November is because the next 3 weeks are going to be crazy town for me. I have vacation in the middle of October, so I'm pretty much November forward. I'm pretty wide open. Yeah, man, good stuff. So keen about that. Here's the Dow Jones ETF, the DIA. This was a cool statistic that JJ shared with us. Justin says, how about this? The worst performing stock on the Dow Jones this week was Apple. Pretty rare that happens. The Dow making a new all-time high. New all-time high this week on the Dow, at least the Dow ETF that we're looking at right here. And volumes coming in. Again, I'm liking this curvature. Here's the SPY, and I want to pull up Gustavo's Elliott Wave trade right here. Kind of showing some fibs. And trying to come up with, what will be a good price for where we go. And what you want to do on this one, Gustavo, when you do your fibs is you have the exact right idea, but these fib numbers should be whole numbers, not fractions. There should be ones or twos, because what you're going to do when you do a fib is you take the previous wave and then you extend it forward to find out what that momentum might do. So I'll kind of give you an example. So we come over here to the SPY. I'm going to find, so you're doing that on, what was that chart? That was a weekly chart as well. So if you go back to a weekly chart, what you're really doing is you're going to try to find a wave from which the market definitely started and definitely stopped. And you're going to use fib extension. So I'm going to use this wave, Trump's election, because that's like a bullish gap and go. And I'm going to come over to here. I'm going to draw back to that low. And what you're going to get is a perfect 382 retracement of this main wave. So that means this was the main wave, this was the S-curve, and here we go. So the question is, where could we go from here? I mean, theoretically, anywhere. That's a perfect S-curve if I take that off the chart. Really what's most likely going to happen at some point, and I don't know when, but we'll probably have an S-curve into here and then a bounce higher. But on the SPY, 314.96 is totally doable. 323, 332. I think until we get to the 310s, there really won't be any kind of big issue. So yeah, man, I'm all for just a slow continuation higher. There will be a moderational pullback in some degree. I don't know when that's going to occur, but we'll have a little bit of a snapback, some kind of quick pullback and retracement. But once we do that, then back to the races. Everything will be good to go. And 315-ish is going to be a really key level. So I can post that. After I take this off the list, Falco had a 287 put sale that expired worthless. Congrats, Falco. SPY targets from, actually before I do that, let me draw the S-curve. Boom. And I'll write that in. Nice S-curve. S-curve video, by the way, coming out tomorrow. All right. And then we're going to do that. That's just a really, really nice little move. And then just for giggles, we can do a 1, 2, 3, some kind of 3, 4, 5. From here. To me, everything so far looks natural and healthy. Just your resident perma bull. All right, so long term, and we'll do chart patterns, trend patterns, wave analysis, and that's really about it. Okay, Charles says, good afternoon. Hello, bud. And SPY. All right, so we'll publish the ideas. And that's just some relative targets, I think, that makes a lot of sense. I think we can easily, slowly keep creeping higher from here. And again, whatever pullback we get would be useful and needed, I think. But that pattern holds up well, and everything looks healthy. Brad says the inside candle video was great. Oh, thanks, man. You're about to get some warm and fuzzies from that video tomorrow, though. It's good. I could talk about that for another 6 hours. Because an inside candle is just like, okay, it's there, and then, you know, what did it just do from here? But S curves, like that pattern is just so, man, it's so powerful. So much to that. Anyway, but thank you, my friend, for the compliment. It's very kind of you. Here's the Qs. And the Qs today getting a little bit of a pullback. So we had a white candle gapping up today. So it makes sense. We're going to pull back some. Here's the hourly chart, and we did retest a retest gap on the hourly. And you'll also notice that this was a double bottom on the hourly, and it retested the neckline. So from there, we'll see. So that's my thoughts on the Qs, and that's pretty much it. And here's the financials, and as you all know, since today is Finance Friday, I did get absolutely hosed on that Goldman Sachs put, which put me back a good R. But FAS, this is a really nice move on FAS. And so the thing is, it did have S-curve number 1, which I think is this right here. And we're about to come in for a second go-around. I know today felt pretty bearish on some stocks. I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just simply saying that the volume today could be a little skewed because it was, option expiration Friday, and volume can tend to come in a little bit heavier on option expiration Fridays than normal. But did have some options expiring today. A lot of them were actually in the money, 2 out of 3. So let's go hop into those today and discuss a little bit about what to do from here. First on the list is a long-term play, which is Budweiser. And this one just barely expired out of the money. Barely. $120 covered call, and it was around $92. So, I mean, just by the skin of my teeth. Ron has an October 105. Nice Morningstar reversal on Budweiser. And this is one of those stocks where if I need to own it for 15 years, I will. It's beer. I know how they make money. Here's the monthly chart. And it is making lower lows and lower highs. Not denying that at all. Certainly is, but I'm just going to kind of keep waiting. If I'm going to do any kind of add and reduce, I'm just going to give that one, a nice long period of time. But in this generalized structure, we'll just see what it ends up doing. But right now, Budweiser just hanging out. That was just a covered call that I had, and that's really it. No big deal. Pretty sure I'm the only one playing that one anyway. Micron Technology. Uh-oh. Oh, man. I think this is the first time getting put something since November of last year on Momo. This is to my recollection. There was a trade on Acacia that I bought back, and there's been another one that I bought. There's been a few that I bought to close that I would have gotten put. But this one is the first one since, yeah, pretty much about a year ago on Momo. Now, the good news is, and I won't update and talk about that, with that getting put, the shares, a lot of people are totally cool with that. I liked their earnings. I did. I was actually pretty cool with their earnings on MU. Good volume today on MU. The tariffs are going to affect MU a little bit, but as far as how much money they're making, they're good. And their PE ratios and everything, I mean, are still looking pretty good. The ironic part is I could have actually bought back this put sale once or twice between when I sold it and now, but didn't. So, all right, update. What to put in here? Active, I guess. For anyone who did this put sale, likely you will own shares with a $45 cost basis on Monday, technically Saturday morning. Just can't do anything with them anyway. So I'll say 45 cost basis, like the broker, brokers, unless you buy the shares at a different average, they don't average options on your share purchase price. So that's kind of something you'll have to keep track with. And you can jot it down, write it down, whatever. But yeah, the broker, as far as your dollar cost average, if you do an option, it won't really relate that to it. So only the dollar cost average formula only comes in if you buy stock, again, at a higher or lower price. So with that being the case, at this point, I got really great risk. I feel good about it. So here's the weekly chart and trigger. So what I'm gonna do is it's gonna be a trigger for 43 November protective puts. Especially, let's see, 2 and add if she closes. Okay, closes below here. And then, so you can see Leslie has a $53 covered call on October 5th. I'll probably end up doing a very similar one Monday, Tuesday. Falco says I have some November 38s. I think some other folks do as well. Okay. No big deal. Falco's trying to be better than me. I get it, man. I get it. It's okay. I'll step aside. Robert F. 38, November. Cool, man. And others. Got it. So I won't sell any for a bit, but that protective put, I'll buy some if it breaks below 42.98, and I'll add some more if it actually closes below 42.98 per the line. And then Monday, Tuesday, we'll see. And if I sell a covered call and get called away at 53, then cool. That's not that bad of a plan, I don't think. I do like the weekly. Now, the weekly, I agree, looks a little head and shoulderish. It does. A little head and shoulderish. I don't know whether maybe this is the right shoulder or not. But this is the neckline. This would be a retest. So if this candle breaks down, I definitely want to have some protection. Now, to saying all that, I personally believe, if I pull it here, and I go to a monthly chart. What time is it? 4:14. Okay, we're doing good. We're going to have ourselves bam, bam, bingo, bongo, bonzo. I just don't know when that wave 5 comes in. Wave 4s are usually ugly, especially on a monthly chart. So we're probably going to be hanging out here for a few months. Chopping around, trading sideways. But man, if I could buy these at 45 and sell them at 70, whoo, whoo, that'd be sweet. Yates, 400. So it's four contracts being sold. That's pretty much it. Falco says, throw a Kala on. Yes, a Kala. Kala. If it happens. So again, the trigger, I will trigger in if it breaks lower, if it breaks higher. What about you? What about you, Yatesy? Did you do one contract? Or you don't have to tell me. It's whatever, up to you. But this says got it at half. Yeah, 1. Okay, cool, man. Oh, good. And by the way, congrats. This is your first getting put, I think you said when you text me, right? First time ever? Hooray, ladies and gentlemen. Sweet. Guess who had two hands and didn't take McDonald's at all today? In fact, I didn't take one day trade at all today. So no day trades. McDonald's, very good gap up. It's still trading sideways. And as I mentioned, I think 2 or 3 days ago, if you're going to play McDonald's, you probably want to do a put sale or a bull put spread or something bullish to neutral. But here's the 5-minute chart. And it was a tough one to play. So don't stress about it if you didn't get it. You had a big move, and that was pretty much it. I mean, I know Sharon Baldwin could have taken that bullish day trade right there as it pulled back to that similar low and bounce and traded right back to the high of the day and then traded right back down again. I did pull it up once or twice, but I just never quite saw anything that I loved, so I passed on it. So that's really it. I mean, as far as McDonald's, you have 3 white candles in a row, really good volume. I like bullish to neutrality. This does appear that it's in an accumulation phase, and it is McDonald's. So probably will eventually go higher. I wish Chick-fil-A was on the stock market, but it's not. Probably never will be. And then the only other, I don't know this for a fact, I'm just really just throwing out these words out of my mouth, but I think the only other fast food restaurant that's even close to Chick-fil-A's profitability is McDonald's. Chick-fil-A makes more money per square foot than McDonald's and is closed 1 day of the week. That's how good Chick-fil-A is. I've brought this up before. We'll move on. I've mentioned it once or twice. MCD, I mean, looks good. It's a long-term play, obviously. This is going to be a accumulation distribution phase. All right, Mickey D's. So here's CDNA. CDNA, Caradex was one that I'm just kind of keeping tabs on to see if he's going to pull back anytime soon. Hasn't yet, so I'll just kind of gloss that one on for the list for next week, and then we'll check that out later. Really just looking for a possible rest or a pullback or something. Another one of those medical marijuana plays that a few people are keeping their eyes on. Okay, here is Pivotal Software, PVTL. And Pivotal, some people playing Pivotal recently. Cute little pennant pattern down here. Falco might give him some shares, who knows, at $18 per share. But with an inside day candle on Pivotal, I'm going to put this one on the list for Monday morning just for a potential day trade. It most likely won't gap up, but if it does, if it gaps above here or breaks above there, that could also be a relatively decent day trade because you have a really nice kind of bearish inside day candle. Now, if it gaps down and rotates lower and trades down to that support, I would just simply say we'll look at playing it there. But right now, Pivotal Software hanging out. They had good earnings. They did, but, you know, I guess it's going to get beat up for a bit. Okay. Next, Goldman Sachs. Just rampaged me. Rampage Jackson, right in the knee. 1 penny away from a tweezer top on Goldman Sachs. I think I'm just going to leave Goldman Sachs alone for a little bit. I've looked for premium for a Condor. Couldn't find any. And I don't want to do a put sale because it's a little on the expensive side for me. I'm no Robert Falco, so I can't just go buy 1,000 shares of Goldman Sachs whenever I want. You know, I gotta plan those things. It takes time. But yeah, I'm just gonna stray away. Stray away. Now, could it turn into a Head and Shoulders? Sure. Could do this. Will it turn into a Head and Shoulders output? I don't know. But right around here, this is a pretty nice area for Goldman to either roll lower or break higher. I know that sounds like a no-brainer, but you could play it in either direction. Obviously, if it broke out of this high, I think it's a no question going to go to 245 because, again, it's 1 penny away from a tweezer top, perfect tweezer top. So Ben says, feeling much better about selling my bank stocks in August. Falco says, yeah, bank stocks equals snooze fest. Kind of, sort of. All about that Bitcoin, that fake money. First Solar, FSLR, $51 covered call from my boy Bill, expired worthless. Nice, nice. Good job, Bill. So with that expiring worthless, he will do another one, and he'll let me know when that one happens. And that'll be it. LNG. Pulling up LNG. Woo! Bill, you're going to have to let me know about this one, man. You're going to have to keep me posted if this one expired worthless. I mean, it should have. 67 covered call, closing at 66.98, but after hours, it's up. So it could depend on how much your broker likes you. If you get called away, you know, you'll be profitable, but let me know. That after hours might be Bill's, might be Bill getting exercise on some shares. It's possible because, again, sometimes after hours, a lot of people, it's rare. So honestly, Bill, just let me know. I would be surprised, but not shockingly, because I have seen it happen a few times where someone closes like that, and then right when the market, you know, closes, it pops a little bit after hours, and they get called away. Keep me posted. Either way, good job, because you're not going to lose on that trade, and that's options for you. That's right, man. LNG. You're so good to me. Next on the list, Eventbrite. And Eventbrite, actually working on an IPO article on this one. Can't do anything, can't short it. I do like this company. I do use them. I do know how they make money. I don't think they're worth 34 a share, but you're going to see me talk about Eventbrite a little bit more. And in fact, might even be using them for another event that some traders might be wanting to join in the near future that I'll talk about in 2 weeks. So EB, gapping down. Can't really do anything with it right now anyway. Can't short, no puts, so we'll move on. ACAD. ACAD, I think it was Anthony who posted that he got in for a little bit of a quick news trade on this one as it broke yesterday. A lot of volume on Acadia today. Some people like playing off pharmaceuticals because they're wild, rebellious people. But ACAD, if I was playing it personally, I would just try to set up a little bit of a teaser entry and see if I can get filled on some kind of pullback around the 10 or the 20 maybe on the hourly. I mean, that's a huge candle, tons of volume. And usually candles in volume like that often get retraced. Most usually. Don't know if that's going to happen for sure, but of course we'll keep an eye on it and watch it. Watch it close. All right, that's ACAD. Next on the list, here's AMD. AMD, this is the daily charts. And I'm looking at this one almost pretty much just for Cheryl. I don't know of anyone else who had a put sale on this one, but I'm sure someone else did at some point in time, somewhere. So Cheryl, congrats. And ultimately, 38.13 I think could be a target on AMD. If you're looking at buying it, I still think a $28.64 20 EMA bounce makes sense to me. Walmarto. Walmart. So Mr. Squiggs calling this one well. Based on how well I know Walmart, which is decently well, I've back traded probably 4 or 5 times. This gap up right here will continue to fade a little bit and just chop around. It's most likely going to get ugly for a while. Anytime you get a huge move like Walmart like that, you're going to get people buying and selling, mostly selling. It's dollar cost average, lock in profits, that kind of thing, and then move funds around, you know, rebalance certain ETFs, so on and so forth. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but most likely we're going to keep going a little bit lower. And the big warning for that will be a close below 94.14. That's going to be Chopzilla. I'm not saying it's a bad place to go long Walmart. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying keep an eye on that time frame, because whatever you're playing with it, I mean, look at that S curve. So this is a wave 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe could turn into a blah. I mean, that's always possible. So as long as it holds and chops a little bit, and then, you know, moving average catch up and then goes higher, I think that's cool. But it is Walmart. They do still presently have the most efficient supply chain of all time. I will be happy when JD.com surpasses them for that. But right now, Walmart's doing well. Anyway, that's all I got on Walmart for the most part. NIO. NIO. Brand new weekly, brand new chart, brand new stock. We did get an inside day candle today on NIO. Here's the hourly, and we're trading a little sideways right now. So I kind of want to get in with a half an hour here and then add if it continues in our favor. The challenge is I already have some swings that aren't doing anything drastically, decidedly bullish or bearish. We're going to look at those in a bit. So I'm going to come back to NIO on Monday, and if it still looks good, I think I'll set that up, and this will be when I'll add to it with another half an hour. I'd want to buy it as low as possible, obviously, but with a brand new IPO, it could go much lower. And if it goes into that $6 range, I don't think I'm going to transfer the gains on Square, which we'll talk about in a second, to NIO. I don't think that'll be a plan. I think I'll just do NIO with 2 R's, absolute zero, and throw it into the forget about it bucket. I don't know. We'll have to find out. $1,200, you could easily do a forget about it bucket on NIO. You know. So, and then, you know, whatever it does turns into a Tesla, and you have 200 shares. A blanket trade? I've not heard that term before. Oh, bank it. Okay. Got it. Blanket trade. So Facebook. Ben's thrown in the towel. Facebook, my friends, did hit that 20 EMA, and it got what's a good word I'm looking for? It got Cleveland Browns for the last 634 days. Just right into that 20, some immediate selling. And since it was a retest gap, I'm totally cool with Facebook coming back down to do something like this, right? That's okay, but it's at least a good idea to have, if you have a long-term position, at least have some protection of some magnitude. Falco says, I think some of the sell-off today is the rebalancing we will see on Monday. Yep, I think you're right. And with the weekly, here's what the weekly ended. And that looks pretty. And that is a gorgeous high wave candle. So nice. So nice. So Jaden is ready to just crush this thing, and I'm cool with it. Honestly, we'll keep watching Facebook, but as far as a day trade goes, I can almost tell you what Facebook's going to do on Monday. It's going to gap down, trade up, probably roll over, probably wick down, and then maybe bounce higher. But, man, if it gets a close, woo! So I did get an email from some traders who are buying some protection on Facebook. And if you did that, cool. That's pretty much all I got on Facebook, really. Doesn't look super strong, but that weekly chart, I mean, that's perfect indecision. Perfect. I love this candle. I'm good for whatever. A good close higher, good close lower. I think 5-6 months from now, we'd come back to this candle and go, yep, that was the candle for whatever is going to happen on Facebook. I don't know. Jade says, you're the best. Oh, man, we'll see. We'll see. There's going to be a lot of money made or lost on Facebook if we all play it right. Fingers crossed, man. Timing is everything. Get those plans in. Let's go see how Thomas Wong fared on Southwest Airlines. He got it. All right. So Thomas had a $64 covered call. It expired today. And that, my friends, if you ever want to know what best case scenario is on a covered call, that's pretty much best case scenario. It's like being the Cleveland Browns and then having Brandon Mayfield come in the second half. It's as good as you're going to get in that situation. So Thomas's covered call expired worthless. Ray wants some Mr. Squiggles on Apple. I can do that. So Southwest, I mean, that's really it. Robert Falco got called away a while ago on Southwest because he's a giant chicken. And a few other traders got out as well with the balance at this super obvious $50 support level. And there it is. Now it's back at a resistance. I don't think it's going to roll down again, but if it does, we'll buy it again at 49 and kind of rock it out. Ash has a 63 covered call expiring on 9/28. 9/28. That one's going to get close as well. But I don't think you're going to cry if you get called away there because you were in it for a while trying to figure out what it was going to do. 63. Ash, 9/28. Appreciate it. Let me know. Much obliged. So what else we got? Oh, Square. All right. So some people are going to be celebrating with Square, most likely. Some traders reporting 47 Rs on Square, approximately. I know numerous traders whose dollar cost average is lower than 30. Falco should be getting out with us up here, but again, he got out early. By the way, guys, I'm allowed to pick on Falco forever now. But yeah, big fat chicken. The good news is, if you got called away on Square, I think you did a pretty good job. Because if you got an 82-cent covered call, I think you're going to be able to buy this one lower later. I'm not saying that for sure. Obviously, I wish I knew anything for sure in the stock market. Gosh, I'm telling you all. Whew. Oh, man. Oh, throwing fire. Oh, boy. Falco says, almost bad as getting this TLRY stopping you out by 6 cents and going up 5,000%. Ouch. Ouch. Unfortunately, though, that is a 100% almost fact. Wasn't 500,000%, but close enough to it. Yeah, almost as bad. Excellent stuff. If you did this one, you likely will be called away for a solid game. If this is the case, look to sell puts to get in again or just buy shares lower. That's pretty much it. Because that was back at 75. So even if you just bought 100 shares at 75, turn around and did that covered call, you just got $10 per share gain. That's good. Robert says, I will tell those who got put shares for the first time, Square was the first time ever got put shares. There you go. It's a good one to know. Justin J says, is that because you guys slept in the woods together? It would have to be there is no other reason. It has to be that one. If we can make fun of each other, it's because we almost got cold enough to actually touch each other while we're in the same tent. I mean, it was below 20, but it wasn't that good. I did have a sleeping bag that didn't fit me totally, but he was still far on his side. I was on my side. But, you know, definitely good times to be had. Gia says, I bought Square 2 quarters ago and willing to hold for a long time. Hey, I like that. I'm all for it. I think it's a great stock to own long time. It will hit triple digits in its lifetime. I would just love a pullback. Ash wants to know, is Square going to 75? Here's what I will say. I probably should come up with a wager on it. 75 if Square closes below the low of this week, which was 83.83. If Square closes below 83.83 next week, yes, we will hit 75. And I think that would be a good spot to buy the dip. And, you know, a lot of people selling those puts at 70. I'm totally cool with that. March is an eternity away for me personally. I like Victor's put sale a lot at 60 for December. That's pretty comfortable. That's kind of more my style. So we will see. My goal is if I'm able to buy back Square for 85 or less, I will. Yeah, I wanted to pull back some more. So I'm going to do my best to be patient. I'm going to talk to one of my good buddies, and he's called a good buddy now because he did take my recommendation to buy Square when he quit his job and transferred some money back in 2018. So he's up nicely on those. Anyway, all is good. We're going to have some brews on Sunday to talk about it. I'll probably tell him if I was in his exact shoes, I'd probably sell it, let it trade down a little bit more, and then buy some more. Okay, that is Square. Here's CRON. Cron. Cron, my boy Charles Wade has a put sale. My girl Lee says, protective put. I have a January 70, 2019 put sale. Or do I simply sell it? So I think you and Ash have the exact same position. I don't think you guys should sell just because it's going to go lower. If you're playing this one on a pullback, you can buy some protective puts. Yeah, I'd say October or November. The key level you're going to want to really watch is this candle right here. If it closes below that candle, 83.83, I don't see any negative reasonings to not lock in profit. I'm locking in profit up here on Square. It could easily go higher, but I think it's going to go down to at least 80. So feel free to look over your portfolio, see if you need to lock in the gains, do a little bit of math this weekend, kind of make that determination. If you have long-term put sales and you want to get shares, don't worry about it. If you have leaps or shares and you want to lock in gains, a lot of other traders did at 85. Totally up to you. Totally your call. But I would say it wouldn't be a bad play because I can almost guarantee this gap is going to get filled, even if it's just by a lower shadow into 80. And then she'll probably bounce again. All right. So back over to CRON. This is the one that Charles has a put sale. Do you still have that one, Charles, or did you buy it back? You probably still have it. Yeah, most likely, because the implied volatility is so high. It's probably not really. I can pull it up over here. Okay, pulling it up. October 750. Wow, never mind. Premium has really dissipated on that thing. It's worth 20 cents. Jeepers creepers. And the implied volatility is still 140%. Wow. Yeah, I mean, up to you, Charles. If you want to buy that one back, you can buy it back for 20 cents. Implied volatility is still 140%, but a lot better than, it's lower than 105. So either way, a good trade. There's a few other people in CRON with different plays. I'm not in any medical marijuana at all because I'm a giant chicken. I like to speculate my money on money that doesn't exist rather than medical marijuana. That's CRON. I like the breakout. I like the retest. I would imagine that it slowly creeps higher. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Any questions on this one? I'm just trying to look for something else, but I don't see a whole heap ton of extra awesomeness. All right. Next on the list then is WELL. Welltower off of the 50 inside candle today. Nice. This is a REIT, huh? Good old REITs. Look at this. Slow. That is the picture perfect REIT. Just slow and steady, getting those dividends. Chirp, 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 chipping away. I'm not going to play this one personally, but if I were, probably a longer term buy. But you could also look at this as a really nice inside candle, good volume. And if it pops higher, it makes a higher high, I would be more bullish than bearish on Welltower. Intel. Intel Corporation. What is Intel doing? This one is having some solid pullbacks. I'm about to do a fib. Drop a fib. All right. So we are hanging out exactly at the 50% line, which means people are most likely buying here. And if we take out the low of this week, we're going to here with a high degree of certainty. Decent little volume candle. It is a one black crow. Camilo says Intel will go lower. They have a shortage of processors. I like it. I mean, this looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You trade up here, then roll over. Or, you know, if the wave count's a little bit different, I mean, this is an S curve. Boom, boom, boom. Good volume. So, Camilo, if you're going to play it, I'd probably say entry below the low of today, stop above the high. Camilo says MU will also be impacted by this. Try Amazon to buy an Intel processor. Justin J says, isn't shortage a good thing? They're all out of stock. Where are they going? Where are they going, Camilo? What are people doing with them? Lee says day trade or swing trade? That would be more of a swing trade on Intel. Yeah. Yep. You'd want a good breakdown below low this candle to stop below this candle. That would be a swing trade. Manufacturing problems and supply chain. Interesting. Well, if the demand is high, at some point, some buyers will come in. But I guess before then, we might have a little bit more of a pullback. I like the spot. I think this is a really pivotal candle. For a lot of stocks, this is a pivotal candle. I really like the volume. My theory is going to be, and I'll point to this candle will be a big candle on Intel. With that volume and the location that it's at, remember, if you're going to go bearish, it would need to break the low, at least, or even close below the low today. But this candle, if it breaks above the high, we'll probably go higher. If we break below the low, most likely going to go lower. Nice looking candle. JP Morgan. JP Morgan, yeah, some of these banks, with that move on Wednesday, that just, I mean, came into my house and stole my R. Stole it. From the cabinet drawers when Goldman Sachs bounced. JP Morgan, Jade, do you have anything on this one? I know you like to play JP Morgan, and it's option expirations. You probably had an option expiring. I think this could either pull back. Jaden says not since last month. Well, dude, good for you. That's really wonderful. That's solid. 119.24. Nope, did not make a new all-time high. I know banks are boring, team, but JP Morgan's about to rise. Yeah, she's going to do a little bit of this, and then she's just going to keep on tearing up the charts. This S-curve was gnarly. Morningstar off of the 50. Volume all across the board looks bullish to me. Phenomenal pattern. Yeah, JP Morgan's going to go higher. Morgan. Here's the monthly. Not one of the few, like one of the top 10 big banks that is just shredded its 2008 highs. Justin J says Fed raises rates, yield inversion is next week. Man. Yep, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Jane says banks in general. Yeah. I don't have any bank positions. That's just me. But no big deal. AAXN. Last time I looked at it, I kind of talked a little bit about this analysis right here that you see, the collar. And I want to give a shout out to my boy Sylvan, my neighbor to the north, who had himself an $80 covered call that expired worthless today. So good job, Sylvan. That's Axion Enterprise. FireEye, took some more FEYE. We are going to, I believe, play FireEye with a bullish trade setup. I like the gap. I like the volume. I like the moving averages. I like the upper shadow. I like the location. Weekly chart looks good. Yep, that is going to be a trade that I will play. So that's going to be a new official swing trade. And we're going to go look through our other ones. Yates says Blake and I are in already. Dude, you can't just be having all the fun without me, man. If you know they're going to be giving away free ice cream, you got to call your boy and let me know. I'm wondering if I should look. 50 cents is a good risk. That is a tight risk setup. Where was your stop, Yates? Did you do 16, 15, 20? Because that's almost exactly where it should go for a super good trade. 15.95. Okay, I want to be better than Blake for the first time in my life. So I'm going to do 16.22 like a boss. Justin says that's how you find out who your friends are. The free ice cream thing? Yeah, for sure. All right, new official swing trade. Seems blockade is already in. All right. We'll get this pulled up. Make sure it's on a different thing. Okay. Balake causing trouble again. I mean, he's a heathen. Always stirring up issues. Okay. So it's just loading slowly. I'm gonna come over here to swing trades. And then after we do all these, the next one's gonna be looking at Apple. We're going to just review all of our swing trades that we are in. FireEye, 17 by 16.22. Shares. I think it's a great trade based on pretty much a perfect gap and go. Open because it's not triggered yet. And there we go. It's going to be about it. Could go a little bit lower, but a stop below that moving average. The low of this candle, 16.23. That's also good volume. That's where I like it. Good risk reward as well. Okay. And then last but not least, on the stock review, shut up is Apple. Apple, tons of volume today. And again, ladies and gentlemen, Apple's going to chop around here for a bit. The news came out. It is what it is. Everyone knows it. She's going to come down to the 50, most likely, and bounce around there for a bit. So the super sexy, cool bull run of Apple is over for the next few weeks, month or so, 2-3 months. Even Apple can't just go straight up forever. It has to rest at some point. I mean, this stock has been on fire, just struggling to go down. So for the year, right now, we're looking at 38%, 39% on Apple, approximately. You know, since back in January 18, since that dip. Even the very beginning of the year, I mean, you're up. Let's see what we're doing. We're up right now, 21%. It's not bad. So, yeah, if you're playing Apple, I think Angela snagged an R on it yesterday. And if you're playing it like this is just kind of how I would. If you're playing Apple, with add some shares, I'll just kind of buy the dip as it pulls down a little bit more. All right, and the other ones, I'm going to throw MRVL, ALK, already got that, Macy's, and Twitter, and we'll be done. Oh, sorry, my bad, Ray. I didn't actually answer your question. Give me a second. Ray. Give me 3 seconds. I'm scrolling up. I can't find your original message, Ray. If you have time, turn Mr. Squiggles loose on Apple for the next week. I have a 217.50 put sale. Next Friday, that one's going to be super close, my brother. You're probably going to get put on a 217.50. It will be close, but most likely, here's my Mr. Squig. Makes a new low, bounces, makes a new high, trades down. Next week closes at what would that price be? 214.54 next Friday. It'll be pretty close to that, unless something great happens. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. If you want to get some shares of Apple 217 though, 217.50. I'm sorry. Not a terrible place. Long term, she'll go higher. She makes a lot of money. Okay, as far as our other trades go, Sylvan said he did get out of Car Gurus for a small gain today. I can totally respect that. I don't mind the lower shadows, and I really do not mind this pennant pattern at all. Big question is, how will that break? And my note is I'll leave alone. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Leave alone, bro, with an E. Leave alone until next Thursday unless profitable on all swings, but that did not happen. So I'm going to leave alone until next Thursday. That's just per my plan. If it breaks higher, it should be pretty. And Benjamin said a very funny statement, which I agree with actually entirely, is I'd love to buy somewhere around here if it actually does break down. So if it breaks down again, I will take this trade twice. I'll take it down here around 46 if it happens. I've already planned worst case scenario. Now, Macy's. Talk about frustrating. Man, I wanted to take the nicest watermelon I could find and just throw it right out of my window. When this happens, it's the sentiment. The sentiment that I talk about all the time when you're talking about a market going higher or lower and you have that one stock doing something different. You know, you have the whole market more or less going down today. And Macy's is like, what's up, bro? Guess what? It's going to get you in and get you out. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We got our stop at the right place. I do like the upper shadow. Again, all the moving averages on the daily and the weekly are in the favor. Our stop is also above the 100 simple on the daily. So we'll see. Nice little upper shadow. If it breaks down Monday, Tuesday, we should be good to go. We'll find out. I don't know. Maybe it will. Now, Benjamin, got to give you a virtual hug for Twitter. Tell me to follow what I wrote on my chart. That was an S-curve from the heavens, man. Right into that 10. Bloop. And that's where we got in. The 10 we're in. My only question is how much do we exit off of the 20 EMA on a monthly? So since you were perfectly spot on with the opening, what's your answer? All of it, half of it, a quarter, something different. Rams in with some puts. I know that. Spender says not all of it. All right. So we're going to do a quarter down here, I believe. Quarter target. And I will do my best to stretch and see if we can hold the rest till 23.77 and some change. Brian did kill Twitter. That was a very good day trade. Now, the cool part about his day trade that he played on Twitter, playing the breakdown of this white candle right here. With the breakdown of this candle, what I love about the swing trades is sometimes when I set up a swing trade, the day traders will go, okay, well, Newsom's looking at doing XYZ around XYZ price, so let me do the same thing but with a day trade, right? I mean, that makes tons of sense. Yeah, so awesome stuff. This is a decent little fib, I think, that one could draw. Even though it did break above the normal retracement level. It's pretty much right at the 40, and there will be our next target right here. Okay. Mike says, Twitter news. They had a bug that wrote passwords in clear text and copied private messages to developers. Come on, bugs. Let's go. Target the rest. So that's just for right now. I don't know if that'll happen or not, but maybe it will. That'd be kind of cool. That's Twitter. And Alaska Airlines, I'm probably going to be exiting this one next Thursday. And we're still in. Still have my stop. Still haven't touched it. Really good aggressive entry. Congrats for those who are in that one, just holding Alaska Airlines. And then the bane of my present existence, Marvel. Inside candle, increased volume, bullish candle, off of the 100 simple on a weekly. I got my note. If it doesn't close above 1912 by the end of the Tuesday, I'm going to look to bail. Simple as that. That's it, traders, friends, family. That's what I got. Mike says Car Guru, just like the Car Guru, but I can do it again. CRG, gorgeous pennant pattern. Nice bullish trend. Let's fingers crossed for a bounce out of here. If it doesn't break bullish, I will buy it down here around 46 if it breaks lower. And we get stopped out, I'll try it again twice. All right, team, what am I looking at on Merchant Monday? Mike said, sorry, I got sidetracked. No worries. Dude, never have to apologize to me, man. It is all good. Monday, here's what I'm looking at so far. I'm trying to figure out this Blue Apron thing. Figure out when the heck that's going to go higher. PFE. Pfizer's going on a rampage. Salesforce, Taylor Brands, Under Armour, Google, AAOI, ARC, JD.com, Disney, Etsy. Might as well look at MU, Carvana. All right, team. I will see you all on Monday. Thanks for another phenomenal opportunity to help me enrich lives. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful weekend. Play safe. And until next time, remember, live life, and trade it. You guys are on.